which way do we go is the question to ask. There are so many choices that it's hard not to look past. What is real and what is fake, and the risk we have to take. Will we love what is throwing up our balance? We're trying to find ourselves without the defining words. We can no longer hold on to what only makes us hurt. We cannot sink into the dark. The vertigo is getting sharp. There's something greater than ourselves that we must reach for.
Now entering the Temple of Anubis.
Hello everyone, welcome. It is Saturday, May 19th, and this match did get pushed forward by 30 minutes, but got everything ready in time. I'm going to be your caster today, Rien, and we've got the Z9 going up against the Ascension here. Two teams around high plat, around 2.7-ish KSR. And on the defense, Z9 starting here. They're going to be running the Hanzo, as well as the Tracer as their DPS duo, and then of course the Rein Zarya, as is classical in this meta. And then in terms of supports, they're going to have Mercy and Zenyatta, but on the side of Ascension, they're going to be running a different comp actually, Reinhardt and Diva. Hanzo, but instead of the Tracer, they've got the Genji there. They want to keep the Shimada brothers together, don't want to split them apart. And we've got Z9 holding up on this high ground here, which is usually where you see these teams hold, and now we've got the Ascension beginning to push in, going into that side room near the Mega Health Pack. Z9 of course moving over, getting ready to contest in that general direction, but there comes the Fire Strike. Golden Panda there picks up some early charge there with the bubble off of that Fire Strike, and then Bubbles Salamin as he picks up the charge kill onto Trey, and then Fire Strike Sandix. Hudak picks up 2 as well onto Failure and Foot Mob, and now it's just Pentamal left trying to get out of there. He has the deflect, Swift strikes out, Agile Ninja, but not agile enough. Taco is there to finish him off before he can get back to the rest of his team. It's going to delay them by just a little bit more, waiting for Pentamal to come back and respawn. But of course, Genji does have a base movement speed faster than most of the characters in Overwatch, so he's able to quickly rejoin his team as they begin to push back in here. Now changing up their approach, they're going into the side room there, but there's a Dragon Strike real quick, and it's going to take out Foot Mob. Huge shatter right there, taking out Trey and Sandix as well. They're going to be eliminated now as they push onto the side. Phantom will get in the counter pick onto Taco, but it seems like it's too little too late. Taka and Failure are both going to be eliminated there. And of course, Carry Me brings Taco back into the fight with a res. Great ultimate usage there. Hudak forced them out of there as fast as he could with that Dragon Strike, and then when he dropped his shield, Zadings dropped his shield to get the rest of his team around that corner. Salamin took advantage of that with the Earth Shatter very quickly. Seems they're gonna try again though, going into this right side room by the health pack. Got Taco, of course, waiting up there on that little ledge there. Not sure how Tracer can stay up there, but hey, it's a video game, who cares? But their Failure with the Dragon Strike could be big. Not going to find anybody, but Taco in the backline is going to be able to get the stick onto Foot Mob as Hudak put some Storm Arrows into Zadinx, and then Taco and him both finish off Failure together. Valkyrie was popped in that fight by Carry Me. He went Battle Mercy at the end there as the rest of his team realized he didn't need healing. Hudak getting 2 exit kills onto Hawkeye and Pentamal there as well. Ascension getting pushed back once more. They have 2 ultimates available to them, Transcendence and the Dragon Blade. But of course, Equit, the Zenyatta of Ascension, has his own Transcendence available to counteract the Blade, and they as well have a Graviton to shut that down, and they're going to use it right away here, catching them all off guard. But there's a Blade in the backline, and it's going to be take out Equit before he can use his Transcendence. They do pick up 2, Trey and Hawkeye, as well as Failure going down there, and of course Equip brought back into the fight. Salamin though gonna fall on the side of Z9 here, so they don't have the Reinhardt main tank, but doesn't matter as they are still able to get the kills that they need even without that main tank. Salamin now has another Earth Shatter, was able to combo with the grab there, get a lot of ult charge from that before he was sent back to spawn. Foot Mob here making the switch over to the Lucio. Need to get their team in closer, get them in faster, and now, there we go. It seems like it's worked. They're taking advantage of the fact that the Reinhardt isn't set up with the rest of the team, but surgical stick there in the back finds exactly the target he wants. That's going to cut this team wide open. There. Taco, the surgeon here, taken out. Trey very early. No mercy, no heals, no res. Failure, just going to be taking an arrow to the face there. Can't win that fight. Hawkeye going down as well, and Pentamal Swift Strike over onto the point, onto Golden Panda, but can't deflect Zarya's energy, so he's just gonna die real quick. And there, Dragon Strike, lots of balls coming out here just to make sure that they win the fight. Xandix there went at the end with the Earth Shatter and then charged in, but Golden Panda is gonna shut him down with the help of Salaman, hammering down as well to cancel out that charge and protect the rest of his team. Good hold there out of Z9, able to just lock down Ascension, prevent them from getting this point. And practically, you'd have to lock that point down tighter than Germany locked down East Germany during the Cold War, you know, right? They're gonna have to fly an airstrike in just to get something done, get some percent, and couldn't do it, it seems. So, team's now switching sides. We've got the Z9 on the offense. Gonna be running a quit on the Ana and carry me on the Lucio, but he seems he's changed his mind. He's gonna make a switch, but on the side of Ascension, gonna be running Brigitte and the Mercy, using Mercy as their main source of heals, and then Brigitte as the quick burst sustain healing, as well as probably more of a frontline attacker and just doing damage. But no, he's gonna switch over to Zenyatta instead. Bit of an interesting choice, and we see pretty much the same comp. Pentamal, though, instead of playing the Genji, he's playing the McCree on this one.
No, that sake's not that bad. I prefer a little.
Z9, of course. Taco now switching over to the Genji as opposed to the Tracer. Was able to get a lot of pulse bomb sticks, key picks on the defense, but hoping to get some blades this time. And Hudak is on the Doomfist here. Most likely to knock around the members of the Ascension, as well as to get those quick picks and quick retreats. Hit and run. Doomfist really the master of the hit and run picks. You know, he just goes in, gets a pick really quickly with that rocket punch, and then just gets out as fast as he can. Then of course Brian Zarya on both sides. Z9 though, they do not have a Mercy for the Resurrection, so they're gonna have to be careful in making sure they don't get picked. Taco there, awfully close to this team, is gonna reflect the Fire Strike back into Ascension though, and now seems like it worked. They used him as a distraction, but Taco taken down early on into the fight. Xandix gonna get charged away from his team though. So Salaman, oh no, Zarya, wrong person there. Hawkeye was the one who got charged by Salaman, but it seems Ascension are beginning to make a counter push here. Pentamal is going to get the headshot onto Golden Panda, and Foot Mob finishes off the quit. Salaman tries to escape, but is hit with a Fire Strike. Of course, attackers do have the spawn advantage. That's why the defense is running the Mercy. They want to make sure that if one of their members does get picked off before the team starts, they can bring them back into the fight as quickly as possible. And now Quit switches off of the Ana over to the Moira. Probably the better choice in this kind of close range brawler composition that they are currently running. Moira, of course, able to heal a lot of members together, and now here comes the speed boost as they come out here. They're going to push Ryan off the high ground there with that Doomfist rocket punch, and the rest of the team begins to push in. They've taken the high ground. Ryan pushes forward, and there, big shatter onto the members of the team. Foot Mob and Hawkeye being taken down very quickly on, but there's a Dragon Strike by Failure before he gets sent back to the spawn himself. Pentamal going to be finished off in there. 2 kills by Salaman is going to end out this fight with a team kill for the members of the Z9, and they're going to take that map. Took them a little bit to get started, but Z9, of course, stayed on the point. Did not Z9, and going to take this. Salaman, of course, taking that play of the game here. It's the bubble. He's going to charge in, take out Trey very early on in the fight. 185 health, but Mercy flies in to keep him alive, and a big Fire Strike to take out Xandix as well. Good Ryan play out of Salaman there. Look at that, 5 Earth Shatter stuns and 5 Earth Shatter kills. Meant that his team was there to follow up the damage. Good, shows that there is good coordination between the Z9. Of course, Hudak 19 kill streak, 22 eliminations in total. Z9 looking fairly dominant so far. So we're going to go back into the lobby to switch up maps here. It's going to be Escort coming up next.
Traveling to Dorado. Traveling to Dorado.
Alright, after that break, teams now going to be playing on Dorado, and although Cinco de Mayo was earlier this month, May 5th, these teams still looking to celebrate on this map, pushing that payload all the way to the end. EMP to shut down all the power for Dorado, so very exciting stuff here. And teams swap sides. We've got Ascension now in the blue, and then Z9 in the red. Z9 gonna be attacking first here, running what seems to be the dive comp so far with that Winston Diva. Then the Tracer as well. Widowmaker to get the long range shots, just click the heads. And Zenyatta, Lucio as well. Lucio, of course, to speed the team in and keep everyone alive. And Zenyatta to focus down the targets quickly, as well as that targeted healing. Maybe a little slower, but don't underestimate Zenyatta's healing. Saved my life many times, and it's going to save, hopefully, these players' lives many times. On the side of the defense, however, Ascension is running dive comp as well, but instead, Tracer or Widowmaker, they're running the McCree and the Hanzo. Failure going to still be playing that Hanzo as he played last round, and Pentamal on the McCree as well.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Match going to begin to start here. We've got Zadinx holding that high ground as usual.
The payload.
Usually where you see the Winstons hold, and now we've got the sniper battle beginning between Failure and Huda. But he's going to be dove upon by Hawkeye and Zadinx. The rest of his team is there to protect him though, and they're going to be pushing back. Hawkeye here, he gets demacked way far away from his team. That's not what you want as the Diva. And he's going to be taken down very early on in that fight. There, Taco is going to get the flank kill onto Pentamal in the back, and the rest of the team is going to dive in here onto Failure. And moving in, Zadinx drops a shield around the corner to keep his shield team alive. And the Sonic Arrow comes out from Failure. He's got the Dragon Strike already, so he's been building that very quickly. Karami gonna fall in the back. Zadinx was there to take him down. The rest of the team moves in here. Hudak. Zadinx dove upon him as well in the back line. Winston wreaking havoc here, and Failure pops the Dragon Strike. He's gonna take a quit, and Golden Panda, assisted of course by the DMAC from Hawkeye. And there, the exit kill onto Taco. Team's gonna regroup now. Ascension winning that first fight, but Z9 was able to push the payload quite some distance here near this fountain type thing. I'm not actually sure what this is. I'm pretty sure it's a fountain. But team's resetting now. The push begins once more. Karami switches to speed and brings his team in, crossfading back and forth as Lucio here to give his team the best of both worlds. They're holding up top, but now Footmob gonna get dove upon and Trey as well. Now the rest of the team comes in, and Karami is gonna pick up the first kill onto Trey, but the foot falls in the back. Unfortunately, Failure in the back as well, wreaking havoc on that Hanzo. There was a Diva bomb there, tried to get something, but couldn't find anything. Gory now pops the Primal Rage, is gonna be knocking the members of the Z9, of the Ascension, around. Hawkeye D mech now. He's gonna be shot down by Hudak there. Now Z9 gonna continue to push this point. Failure in the back, takes 2 shots to the body. He's gonna be staggered even more there. Not too far though, but pulse bomb right there from Taco onto Footmob. Forced out the Transcendence early on in that fight. It means that they won't have it in the next fight, and of course, Tracer can build her pulse bomb so much faster. Zadinx here falls off the high ground, not what you want to see happen, and of course, the rest of the team gonna take advantage of that. Golden Panda and Gory moving in now. Taco in the back is gonna be taking out Trey. Good shot there out of Hudak. Shut down Failure very early on, and Hudak of course takes out Zadinx as well. Not another headshot, but gets a headshot of the Pentamal there. Hudak gets 3 in that fight. Pretty much swings that right in the favor of Z9, undoubtedly. Pushing around the corner here under the bridge. Push them off of that bridge so quickly. That's usually where you see these defensive teams make a hold, make a stand. It's on top of that because you have the high ground advantage, but they've basically shut that down to the members of the Ascension. And now as they push out once more, Pentamal falls early on in the fight to a long-range headshot, and there comes the Dragon Strike, but he's got the Sound Barrier to counter it, as well as the Transcendence, just to make sure everyone stays alive in this fight. Put mob on the Brigitte. Use his stun early on to take out Carry Me. Couldn't secure the kill, however, and of course he's already got another one. 4-second stun, by the way. Support hero, by the way. Hudak finishes off Hawkeye there, and Taco. Foot mob can defend against maybe one player at a time, but not three, and he's gonna be taken down. Failure, of course. Hudak just going off on this Widowmaker. And there we go, another kill onto Trey. Please stop. Try to hype you up and you keep getting more kills. Hudak absolutely going insane on this Widowmaker, just able to secure all those shots. Not much going on here. Teams just regrouping, moving back into each other's payloads, still getting progress, and now here comes the team beginning to push in. Zadinx makes the switch over to the Reinhardt, but Taco picks up 2 in the back. Team pushed forward. Pentacle Failure apparently didn't get the message. Monitors were off, and there Trey gets taken down by Diva Bomb up top. Zadinx is the only one left along with Hawkeye on the point. Foot Mob is there with the Brigitte, but there's just not going to be enough heals. Taco, though, going to get caught by a stray charge as Tracer, and he's going to fall as well. Hudak, though, picks up 2. Not to be outdone. And there, of course, is another Sound Barrier just to keep the rest of the team alive, sustained, and all happy here. Gory, though, couldn't stay alive for too long there, and it seems now actually that members of the Ascension are going to be pushing them back. Hawkeye picked up 2 kills there, and of course Pentacle went in with the Dragon Blade, but Hudak was able to take him down before he could find too much with it. And then 2 there, a big shatter, possibly onto Golden Panda, but Hikwit is there with the Transcendence to shut that down. Knocks them all to the ground, but they get right back up again. Now Gory rejoins the team. It's just Trey left with the Valkyrie up top, trying to do his best to survive. And there's a Graviton, but there's no follow-up. Zadinx brought back into the fight. During that Graviton, Trey able to secure a bit of a cheeky, sneaky res there, as these teams continue to fight on this point here. Only got a bit left to go, and with 2 minutes left there, big stick onto Trey, and Pentacle gonna take them out. Nice stick there onto Taco. Opens this up for this team, and now Diva Bomb on the point to contest, but the Dragon Strike came out from Failure too late from the spawn, couldn't get there in time, and
Score 0-3.
Z9 gonna be able to push all the way forward here to the end. They got stalled up a little bit on this last point, but we're able to regroup, take a deep breath, calm down, and then continue to fight. And of course secure this last push. Team switching sides. You've got the Ascension now going to be on the offense, and Z9 going to be playing defense. Gory playing the Orisa initially, and Taco choosing Mei, but then switching off. Most likely a troll pick. Hudak as well in the Torb. They could try to run an interesting strategy here when setting up on the payload with the Orisa shield. Bit of a modified pirate ship like you'd normally see on Junkertown. And the teams aren't switching here. It seems they're going to be doing just that. You know, I said pirate ship, but it's not going to be the pirate ship. They're on defense. They're going to set up on the high ground most likely with that Torbjorn turret. It's definitely not a comp you see very often by these teams, but it can work. The Orisa Torb is very, very effective, and the turret is so hard to take down with that constantly refreshing shield from the Orisa. And then of course the Torb turret, it doesn't care if you can aim or not, it just goes off on this team, shoots everyone. So these teams most likely wanting to make a use out of this in terms of the Z9 here. Of course, Taco on the Mei as well. Their comp definitely, if there was a word to describe it, it would be off meta. This is not a comp you usually see. And of course, with the addition of Brigitte changing up the entire meta, this is even more of a strange meta. But of course, on the side of the Ascension, they're running pretty much the meta here, but not running 2 tanks. They're just running 1 with Zadinx on this Reinhardt, opting for more DPS, but it seems it's not going to matter. More DPS doesn't matter if your DPS just gets shot down. Hudak playing the anti-air there, the flak cannon is going to shoot down Failure, send him back to the spawn, but they're continuing to push forward here, undeterred by the loss of Failure, of course. With that much DPS, you can afford to lose a few. Pentamal, though, getting killed by Carrying Me. Interesting that the Zenyatta taking down the sniper. Normally you'd expect it the other way around, but he does it somehow, and Zedek's getting pushed back here by Taco. Gory. They get walled off and cut off from the team, and it's just Hawkeye and Zedek. They're caught, but Trey able to get there just in time to heal the rest of his team. No ultimates available as of yet. No one really too close. Closest we got is Zedek's 85%. Trey goes Battle Mercy. He's going to pick up the kill onto Carry Me, but Golden Panda, of course, still so split up from the rest of his team. He's going to take some scrap to the face. Not even Reinhardt's armor can protect against that. He's going to be sent back to the spawn. Got Pentamal. He went in there, tried to get some ult charge as well, but he's 26%. He missed his last pulse bomb, I believe. Couldn't find anything out of that, but there Taco, of course, on the Mei, just cutting off the rest of his team, splitting up Xandix, and there, he's gonna get hooked in by the rest of the team. Good combo there. Taco froze him. He's gonna use his ultimate as well to catch Hawkeye out in the open. Can't escape fast enough, and looking to secure the kill, and they're able to do just that. Gory finally getting the finishing kill there. He had the heals, of course, of Foot Mob and Trey, so Hawkeye was hard to kill, but able to secure it nonetheless. Pentamal in the back. Torbjorn gives him something to think about. And Foot Mob frozen as well. Xandix went for a charge onto Taco, but he had the cryo freeze, and of course was slept. And then he takes a trip to the moon there as he gets boosted up by the wall. Seems he's visiting Winston on Horizon Lunar Final. Now 6, almost 6, 50% now for Taco. 5.5 ultimates available for these members of the Z9, but on the side of Ascension, they've got 4.89, I want to say. I don't know if that's a for sure number. Failure almost gets taken down, but gets discorded and falls early on in this fight. Means that they won't have him available. They won't have that barrage, or at least it'll come just a little bit late here. These teams kind of holding in an interesting spot now. Is Ascension going to be taking this high ground top, usually where the defense hold. Pentamal there, a big shatter. Catches a quit very early on, and there Transcendence and Valkyrie come out as well, and lots of ultimates here being used. Golden Panda uses the whole hog to try and keep the team space off, away from the rest of his team. Zadix almost gets taken down, but he's going to get the armor, but he gets hooked. Shut down by Hudak as well. Trey in the air trying to dodge these shots, and the Valkyrie, and it runs out finally. Failure taking out the turret of Hudak, but seems it's too late. There's the barrage. Finally, he's going to catch two. Carry Me and Golden Panda going down. This is exactly what these teams need, but without the rest of the team there, I'm not sure if they can do anything. And there with a Mei freeze, trying to shut them down. Trey couldn't fly out just in time, and he's going to fall. Foot Mob left alone, trying back out of this fight, dodging the shots of Hudak, who was nano boosted in that last fight. And it seems that this G's composition with the turret is working so far in the Mei. They're using it so well. Look at that to catch the Zadix off guard there. Frozen, but is going to fall. Foot Mob was finally there, and there Rory puts out the bongo. He's going to play this team a funeral dirge as they only have 10 seconds left to push this. Foot Mob backing out now. He's just the only one that's left as his Transcendence runs out. He's trying to do his best to contest, but they just give him a good old hug, group hug. He's gonna die, and that is gonna be that. That's all she wrote for this round of Dorado. Z9 taking it once again fairly dominantly. Not even up to the first checkpoint, using the Torb and the Mei to their advantage. And of course, who else would get play of the game but Hudak on this Widowmaker here. Look at this, watch this. Catches the kill into Failure as he goes in for the Storm Arrows. Gets the headshot onto Zadix, waited for him to turn around, and then pops up top to get the kill onto Trey as well. Crazy Widowmaker play out of him. Look at that, 10,000 damage done, 26% of the overall hero damage. Absolutely crazy. Golden Panda though, gonna take that in terms of kills, 62% kill participation overall. King of the Hill map coming up next. Going back to the lobby for yet another break.
Now arriving at Lijiang Tower.
Well, if you're Pharah or you're a Lucio main, this is gonna be your mode, gonna be your map, Lijiang Garden. First of all, this is one of my favorite maps as a Lucio main, just able to get those rollouts and those sweet, sweet boops on that bridge. It's so, so satisfying. And of course, Pharah as well. This is definitely one of my favorite maps. So many opportunities for teams to get good clutch plays. King of the Hill, you know, it really just comes down to who can win the team fights. And if there's any indication, Z9 so far seems to be the better of these two, but we'll have to wait and see how Ascension does on King of the Hill. As they begin here, Foot Mob and Karami on the Lucios. It's going to be the boop war between both of them. No Pharah on either team though, and Karami runs into Foot Mob right away. Jousting match between them, and Foot Mob Hudak interrupts that one, is going to be getting the headshot onto Foot Mob early on in this fight as the teams begin to have the skirmish here. Quit just a little too far forward, and now a charge comes in by Xandix. Failure slept, demech'd, then taken down promptly by Hudak in the back. Taking advantage of that backline position, but as Taco is going to be able to kill Failure on the point. Xandix knocking the team around, trying to do his best, but Golden Panda is there to shut him down as the rest of the Ascension is going to fall in that fight. They're running triple tank Ascension here with Hawkeye on the Zarya, Failure on the Diva, and then Xandix on the Reinhardt. Rez on the side of the Z9, they're running dive composition with the Genji, Ana, and Lucio. Z9 here looking to hold them at the gate as they come out. Karami staying forward with the rest of this team. Speed boost finally back. He's gonna wait around the corner on this bridge to get some good boops there as the Infrasight comes out. They know where the teams are pushing and they're gonna have to move to counter them. Now speeding the team back into the point. Karami trying to make sure everyone stays alive as well as can move quickly. Ascension here finally pushing in behind this health pack. Fire Strike comes out from him, but it's gonna be reflected back into them, and there a Nano Boost comes out. And there is a Dragon Blade Shatter. Whole lot of ults being used here. Taco picking up the first kill onto Foot Mob, and there picking up Trey as well. Taco getting two there in the fight as Golden Panda and Gory take out the tank duo. Hudak finishes off Tracer as well. Pentimal tried to again escape, but there's one team you can't escape from, it's the Z9. We've seen time and time again them just shut down the teams as they were trying to retreat from the fights, getting those last minute picks as they were just about to death around the corner. Failure now coming back out. He's on the Soldier 76 now, he switched in the last fight. He's on 78% ultimate charge. Karami now going around the back for a boop. He's gonna miss it though, but he's able to get out on this Lucio. So slippery, so hard to catch, as frogs naturally are. With 90% on the point and counting here, Ascension is gonna have to make a big play to be able to push in there, but as Failure gets shut down so close to that attack visor, it seems that play is never gonna come in there. Hudak picks up two there with the Diva Bomb on the point just to zone them out and take out Hawkeye, and Xandix falling as well. It's just Pentimal left. He's converged upon by the rest of this team and is gonna be taken down. Another dominant hold out of Z9 there and just shutting down the members of the Ascension and preventing them from getting on the point the entire round.
0-1.
No boops out of either team. Very, very unfortunate. But hey, you win some, you lose some. And as the teams move on to, forget the exact name of this map, Control Center. Map, of course, is very aerial and open on the point, so we might see some Pharah play. Pentimal, though, opting for the more grounded explosive play as he goes over to the Junkrat.
5, 4.
Junkrat, of course, very, very effective in breaking the shields, and with Gory, with that shield on a cooldown as opposed to Xandix's constant 2000 HP shield. being able to take down that shield very early on in the fight is going to be key here, but now we see Z9 taking the back. Don't even want to be seen as they take this high ground here. They're waiting. They've got Hudak on the McCree. Now they're going to jump out of the point, catch them off guard. They take advantage here. Carry Me goes in, knocks the team around, puts it up. Now, not much happening there. Trey and Footmob both low in there. Footmob going to fall to Taco on that Tracer. Zadding split from his team once more. The rest of the team just like moth to the flame, drawn to that Reinhardt shield, and they're gonna take down Zaddix. It's really just clean up now. Oh, Jeremy in the back. Take some finely crafted Australian explosives to the face. Brazilian DJ probably doesn't want to see that, but only pick they were able to secure onto the Z9 in that fight. So Z9 still holding strong, and of course, look at that. With that rollout, Carry Me already back into the fight. Gets anti though, forced to back out now as the teams continue to push here. They, of course, Ascension pushing through there, but now Coalescence comes out, trying to keep the team alive. A quit here and do some damage as well onto the members of the Ascension. There's a pulse bomb there, and it's going to catch Failure. Couldn't duck around the corner in time. Catch him off guard. Footmob jumps onto the point. Knows he was going to die anyways. Wanted to pad the stats, get some of that objective time. Perfectly understandable. On the side of the Ascension now. Oh, High Noon off to the side. Hudak is going to catch Footmob as he comes out of the spawn. That was sneaky play right there. He was waiting around the corner and use that angle to his advantage and caught Footmob before he gets back out of the spawn. And now they're backing into the spawn. Zaddix charges back to get the healing as the rest of the team. Carry Me drops a sound barrier, and the rest of the team pushes in and is able to kill Failure and Pentamol. With both DPS down, it's really just Zaddix with this hammer. Footmob makes the switch from the Ana onto the Brigitte. He's a little tired of getting knocked around and now wants to do the knocking around, and it does just that onto Carry Me, but Gory wants to put it back in his place and reminds him what it was like to play that Ana. Pops the Primal Rage and boots this team around. There's an Earth Shatter though onto Hquid. He's going to be taken down. Failure securing the kill onto Taco as well, but his Golden Panda is going to get the counter pick onto Xanax, and there. High Noon by Hudak. Can't catch anyone, however. Able to get around the corner in time, and there's a Diva Bomb up top, and it can't find anyone. Unfortunately, Golden Panda couldn't get it. Hawkeye and Trey able to get around the corner, but there. Pentamol pops the Riptire. Takes down Gory. Z9 though still looking strong in this fight, and there we go, just that. It's gonna go to them once more. 3-0 for Z9. One-sided fight. Taco at the end getting the kill with the pulse bomb to just end that out. Of course, you all know what was gonna happen. Hudak, when he plays the Widowmaker, he gets the play of the game. Team holding on this bridge, long range, takes out Failure with a headshot first of all, and there shuts down Footmob as well. Waits for him to duck around the corner, and there goes Trey as well. Just picks apart the back line. Ascension tried to get something going there, but tried to fit the pieces of the puzzle together, but Hudak's the guy who just comes along and then bangs on the table, knocks all the pieces everywhere, and everyone gets mad at him. And that is going to end out that match there. Z9 taking this 3-0 against the Ascension in a very, very one-sided match, I will say. Z9 looked very dominant overall. Of course, when you're playing into the Widowmaker of Hudak, what can you do but despair? Ascension are going to do just that.